So hello and welcome back to Let's Play American Truck Simulator. In this video we're going to leave Carson City, I think, and head up to Winnemucca because I'm struggling to find jobs that are stopping in Nevada. The only ones that I can find here are Tonopah, which I don't really want to go that way. I pretty much went that route in the previous episode. And then you got Winnemucca. So I think we're going to take a tractor. It's exactly from where we are now, so that makes sense to do that. So if we just go over to the green area and go and get it. Looks like they're fixing some tractors around there, attaching a plough to the back of it, or messing with the furrows, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not too sure what this place is. I'm guessing it's some kind of farming warehouse shop thing, because it's definitely not a farm. It is a bit weird. So I can't modify it or anything, but it has got a red sort of base to it, red flatbed, so it's going to match this truck pretty well. I wonder what this truck can do in reverse as well. Let's test it. So about 30. Where is it? It's so yeah, 30 miles an hour in reverse. It's pretty insane. It's quite a long gear, this reverse too. It's kind of hard to reverse with though, it's kind of sensitive. There we go. Trackir's being funny, it's not letting me turn around. Come on, stop him. What's he doing? Hang on. Let me move the sensor. There we go. So it's all attached. I don't think we need a beacon, but in fact, you know what? I'm going to put one on. Because if I saw this coming the other way, down the road, it's not oversized, but it's definitely one to be aware of. It's definitely hanging out from the sides. Can you see that? Well, the step is on this side, so I'd say it's probably right to do that. Okay, so we've got half a tank of fuel, but before we go, I want to come past the lake if possible. So if we do sort of a loop like that, and then head round there, and then what I also want to do, I want to go down this road here, because I don't think there's much on there, and then we've done that route anyway. So I want to head down here, and then probably finish off in this episode here, and then rest up, because I think we've only got hang on. We've got 4 hours and 52 minutes until we need to stop to rest, and this job needs to be there in 19 hours, so we do have time to rest. Or we have to anyway. Current time is, let me check, 10 to 10 in the morning, so that's not too bad. I've got no idea which way the sat-nav wants me to go here. Left. Okay, that's a bit confusing. But you know what? If I go right, we'll get more discovery points, so let's do that. Nothing's coming by the looks of it. But yeah, it is quite a short trailer, this. So it won't be too difficult, and it is only 13 tons. So this truck should have no problem hauling this along. Oh, we timed the lights pretty well for once. What's that? That looks epic. Look at that little... I love these little shops that they put in some of the towns, because some of the towns that you go into, they're all these Chinese takeouts, and then what is it, sports, something sports, like all these shops that are just completely cloned assets all around the map. But then you get buildings like that that are actually interesting to look at, and it just transforms the town from some kind of clone to something that you're actually intrigued by. Alright, let's race this guy. What gear should we go? Third? Oh, I thought it was our light then. Might get a little rolling start from him. Here we go. he's pulling back, and then the torque comes through. I think we got in front of him. This truck is absolutely epic now. And then we're actually turning right here. So yeah, I believe this is Lake Tahoe. May be wrong, but I'm fairly sure it is. Someone in the comments said it was. But from the intro, as you saw, it does look absolutely massive. What's that? Yeah, there we go. Lake Tahoe Resort. Yeah. Thank you, random person in the comments about a year ago. So yeah, completely right. It is Lake Tahoe. And I don't think I have driven up here. This road at least. I don't really recognise it. But there isn't any reason to really go up here. I wish with the map, especially in this sort of area, in the Nevada area, they put more stuff to see. Because when you look at it on a map, there aren't actually that many roads in Nevada. And because the speed limits are so high in most spaces, I mean it's 70 on here, which doesn't seem right to me. I think I'm going really quick on this road at 50, so that's not right. But yeah, because you go everywhere so quickly, you just pass through Nevada in the blink of an eye, really. I mean, just look how many episodes ago we came into Nevada, and we've done most of it already, to be honest. All the timber houses, it's epic. But yeah, when I went in April, obviously it was a ski season, so it's like huge feet and feet of snow on top of the houses, all these tiny roads, extremely tall trees. Honestly, it was amazing, the sort of scenery around there. We went to the Squaw Valley area, but that was epic, and the view of the lake down. To be honest, is it just me, or does this map give the impression that the valley is really full? I mean, the mountains beyond it just do not look that high, and it just makes the lake look super weirdly deep. Is that just me? Because it looks nothing like this in real life. It just looks a little bit weird. I suppose it's cool that they've added it in, I suppose. But yeah, that's Lake Tahoe, according to SCS. Pretty cool to come and see. And yeah, we're back going the other way. So, I don't really understand this road. They could have added some tiny little roads where you have, say, a little drop off, like a farm, not farm, but maybe like a timber place around here. That would be cool, down some narrow roads. But yeah, you just get this main road that goes nowhere, that apparently goes to Reno, but they've obviously decided not to add it in. So I don't understand that. These lights seem to be taking ages. There we go. Right, made it through. And then back up through these mountains. Still on 5.4 miles to the gallon. Come on, go into 8th. I've noticed that recently. It's just not getting into gear right. And up and over. I could not see a thing then. Front of the truck just completely covered my vision. Right, now's a proper speed limit, 40. And then 30. I don't get that. Speed limit sign there, 40. 50 meters later, 50. I mean 30. Go figure that one. But yeah, back into Carson City. That was a nice little detour. That is a nice colour in that Peterbilt. Oh, there's a little lounge here. What's that? Lioncoin Lounge? Sounds like a famous place, that. I don't know why. Then you get this building again. Look at that. The red brick on that is epic. And all these buildings around here as well. Look at that. Looks pretty posh, whatever it is. Maybe it's like a university or something. I don't know. Some government building. I'm not too sure. Right, can we time these lights? That's the question. Right, when the left one goes amber, then we'll go. Right, let's go. Yeah, perfectly. I so thought I was going to get a ticket then. As I jumped the gun a bit there. But no ticket. Amazing. Right, leaving Carson City. Nice little stop there. Loop around Lake Tahoe, and we are on the route to Winnemucca. I also removed that mountain texture mod from the previous episode, if you remember, so that is gone, because I really didn't like it. I mean, it's not great now, but it's better than it was. Probably shift into 10th. But yeah, let's get a bit of speed up along here, because we're probably running a bit behind schedule. I mean, we've got 3 hours to we need to rest, and I'm guessing it's nowhere near 3 hours until that rest stop, so we better get moving. Another little kind of lake over there. Looks a bit flooded, like a floodplain or something. East 50. What was that? I'm guessing that was the loan payment. I don't see any cobs, but yeah, exactly 12 PM that loan came out. Hopefully I can remember that for next time. But yeah, as I said, I think by the end of this episode, or maybe the next one at least, we should be able to afford 2 new trucks. Again, I'm going to get the W900, I can't remember the cab, sort of aero cab, do you call it that? I can't remember, but the middle cab with the seeping box on the back. So I'm going to get that, the longer chassis and everything, so the drivers can do a further distance, which basically improves their income, really, as I've found out. So I'm always going to do that from now. So that should be around 240,000. But if we get 250, that'll give us enough money to cover the loan payment that comes out. Because I don't really want to go into negative figures. But then once that's done, that purchase with the 2 trucks, we'll then have maybe a couple of thousand. But then all our garages are full once again. So from that, I've got 2 options. I can either upgrade the San Francisco garage to a large garage, or I can save all my money and potentially buy one in Arizona, or maybe if New Mexico comes out in time, buy one in New Mexico. All these sensible people sticking to the speed limit. I do wonder how many people stick to the speed limit on these roads, because if they're quiet, I mean, what are you going to hit out here? The roads are almost perfectly straight, the bends are really shallow. Oh, cop car. I mean, you can't hit anything. These guys are not going anywhere near the speed limit. They're doing about 65. I mean, come on. Got an important delivery for a tractor behind me. What the heck is that about? 40? Honestly, that's really dangerous. Right around the bend, 40 limit, I just had to slam on the brakes. And I don't know why it's 40. In fact, hang on. That road didn't have a cross going across. You know what? I'm going to turn around. Because when that sort of thing appears where... Did you see that car? Just turn around. Come on, Tesla. Because that seems a bit suspicious to me. I know we're probably going to be falling asleep at the wheel now, but I'm really intrigued to see what this is. Let's do a bit of exploring. We're doing quite a lot of exploring lately. Right, let's turn down here. This is where I find us like a cross going further down the road. But yeah, we're off the map now. As you can see, the speed limit has disappeared. But why is there not a cross across the road? Well. I guess that solves that one. Okay, that was a bit of a fail. I got no idea what that is over there. But why would there not be an X across the road? And it carries on. Look how far it goes on for. Oh, don't want to have a head on. Yeah, that's a bit weird. And there's a truck up ahead. Hopefully we can pass him on a straight. There's a straight coming up. Right, let's reset that. Right, let's just hold back a bit. And maybe around the next corner. We can get him. Why are they going so slow? They're all doing 40. Oh, I'm not going to get that. But yeah, I don't know if any of you have heard about the... Let's have a quick drink there. About the iPhone 8 rumours and everything. There have been quite a few going around about this full sort of screen with hardly any bezels. I think there's been like a image leaked about it, which seems quite interesting really, and it really reminds me of the Galaxy S8. And I do know Apple uses Samsung screens, so I'm not sure what the deal is about that. but it all seems a bit unusual to me. But I am interested to see how they're going to, if these rumours are true by the way, how they're going to work the home button into the display, because by the looks of it on these images, it looks like they've completely removed the home button. It would seem a bit unusual for it on the back, and then how would you have a case for the phone without a massive hole in the middle, which would look a bit weird. So I've got no idea if they're going to somehow put the touch sensor underneath the display, which would be amazing if they could do that. They'll probably have to make the displays extremely thin and the screens extremely thin for that to work, but that would be pretty interesting if they managed to pull that off. But yeah, it is quite intriguing to see how they're going to really change up the iPhone. Nobody really knows what it's going to be called. Some are saying the iPhone 8, but it should really be the iPhone 7s if they follow their naming strategy that they've used previously. But saying that, it is the iPhone's 10th anniversary this year, when it is, or when in September when it's going to be released. So a 7S for the 10th anniversary doesn't really seem like a proper name. Well, not a proper name, but an appropriate name. I'm not sure why they were going so slow. But yeah, maybe they'll release, say, like an iPhone 7S as like a lower spec phone, and then the iPhone 8 they'll also release in September as sort of a higher spec, almost pro-like phone, which would seem sensible really, but we'll see what they do. Personally, I would prefer that, else skipping the S would annoy me a little bit, but we'll see. I am maybe thinking about upgrading it again. I did want to keep this phone for 2 years, because it does sort of work out better value on my contract that way. But if it's worth upgrading, then I'll probably think about it. But also, if they do label it as a sort of pro device as they did with the iPad Pros, it's probably going to be a lot more expensive and a lot more difficult to find. I mean, my iPad Pro, you cannot find screen protectors for it anywhere, even though it is quite a big Apple device. When we ordered one from Amazon originally, and that was broken, I went around loads of shops to try and find one, but eventually found one in Curry's, and it isn't really the best screen protector, to be honest. It does have this weird glare on the screen, and it isn't sort of super clear. But apart from ordering them online, where you risk, well, if they're glass at least, which are better, where you risk them cracking in the post, it is quite difficult to find screen protectors for them. And plus, they're quite expensive for what they are. That iPad that I've got is nowhere, well, I honestly don't think it's worth as much as it is, but there isn't anything quite like it. I mean, the Surface Pro, whatever it's called, it still runs sort of normal, well, it's not normal Windows 10, it's sort of a mobile version in quotes, but it just doesn't have the same easy user interface, and it's not as usable and nice to use as an iPad. So that's why I went for that over a Surface. But I wouldn't say it's worth the price of it anyway. But yeah, I do wonder what they're going to do to the price of the iPhone 8 if that's what they do, because I don't think a phone can really be labelled as a pro device. It doesn't really fit as well because the screen is so small. I mean, even if they make it larger as the rumours suggest, it's still only going to be a 5.7 or 8 inch screen, but it's going to be pretty much the same size as the current Plus is, only slightly bigger. I mean, you can't really do much on the phone. You can't really do proper video editing. You can do them quickly, but to be honest, you can't really do much. You can't really do photo editing because the screen's so small. It does limit you, so it isn't really a pro device, to be honest. I think they're putting so many features on these phones, but not many people are going to use them. Most people, really. The 7 Plus has a 4K, is it the 6S as well? I believe it's the 6S and 7 Plus, I'm not too sure, have a 4K camera, but as standard, they're set to 1080 at 30 FPS in the settings. Now, most people don't even realise this, and they're just using 1080p video when they could be using 4K. I know some people do record in 1080 because of the file sizes, but some people just don't even realise, and the capabilities of their phone is going completely to waste. So I don't know, very rarely people make full use of these devices. But things that I'm hoping for, I would enjoy that bigger screen, but I would wonder how practical it would be. I mean, if they make the bezel smaller, the screen bigger, there's going to be less space for your fingers. I mean, say you're watching a video in landscape, to hold the phone, at the moment at least, my two thumbs cover the bezels at the top and bottom of the display, so it's a nice viewing sort of angle. However, if they remove those bezels, your fingers are going to be covering the screen when you're watching a video in landscape, which you probably don't really think about. This is not looking good. Low on fuel and I need to rest. In fact, you know what? Did I completely... Wow. I completely passed that stop. What an absolute fail. Oh well, we're going to finish this journey. I mean, we got 119 miles. If we wasn't stuck behind this slow traffic, I would have been there by now. I can't believe I missed that. I should have put a pin there or something. If this guy falls asleep at the wheel, I am going to cry. Because you lose all control of it. You can't steer or anything. Or brake or accelerate. Anything coming? Anything coming? Anything? This is risky. I'm just going to pull in here. But yeah, I would be interested about that. So yeah, what I would want is bigger display. That would always be nice. I would really love it if they find some way to put the fingerprint scanner into the display. Because I really don't want to use like some rumours are suggesting sort of an eye scanner, which, to be honest, I just don't think is as secure as Touch ID, because someone can print a picture of you off, but to use Touch ID you have to be touching the phone. I know you can, I know some people are saying that you can put someone's finger on it at night, for example, but you can print a picture of someone from anywhere. To be honest, they don't have to be near the device. So I just don't think it's as secure. Come on. What are you slamming the brakes on like that for? 20 miles an hour? This AI is honestly getting worse. And we turn it off now anyway. What's he doing? I just slammed on my brakes for nothing. Thanks, dude. Just gotta hope I don't fall asleep or get a fine. Oh, there we go. Please stop, please stop, please stop. Wake up, wake up. Luckily I stopped then. If I was coming down that slip road, that would probably have been game over. I'm not sure if that's ever happened in the series yet. Oh, he's getting tired, he really is. We're almost there though. It's probably going to be a bit of a challenge parking it whilst he's falling asleep. Oh, right, it's the same sort of place as we did last time. No, it's not, it's a different depot. Okay, whether they want it, whether they want... Oh, down the side. Of course, a difficult one. Felt like I had understeer then. Just wasn't turning in. Okay, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wow. Now that's what I call close. I've got no idea how I'm going to get this to the place to rest up, rest area. He's just going to fall asleep at the wheel again. A bit too far over for that one. It's so annoying being there because he cannot turn in. Oops. Right, it had... Oh no. But when you come back, wake back up, there is a delay to when you get controls again. Right, it's dropped it off. Legs are coming down. Okay, we made it without incident, apart from scraping the bumper at the end. 13 grand. Right, so let's see where the nearest... Oh, it's there. Okay, it's not too far away. Have got to watch our fuel as well though, remember. Should be enough to get us there. Okay. What I'm thinking of doing is waiting until he rests again or falls asleep, and then just quickly bomb it down to the rest area. Right, maybe if I gently crawl along this road, harmlessly crawl, and then just hope he falls asleep somewhere. In my head this works. I'm just going to make sure I'm straight so I don't crash into oncoming traffic. Right, come on, fall asleep. Like I'm wanting him to fall asleep now. It's the opposite of what I want. Right, I can see it on the map. Oh, come on, fall asleep. Right, there's the yawn. Is he gonna do it though? That's the question. Yep, there we go. Plan is working. Right, and go for it. Okay, everything that we got now, Kenny. Please do not fall asleep at this speed. There we go. We made it. We made it. That worked. Okay, we need to rest up, so let's do that now, quick. And wow, that was pretty good timing. So we actually changed our sleep schedule now, so we wake up at sunrise, so that worked out fairly well. But yeah, that was pretty stressful. So what we've done now, if we have a look at the map, we've now done a massive loop of Nevada. So we came in at Reno, past Winnemucca, Elko, Ely, Pioche, Las Vegas, Primm, Tonopah, Carson City and Winnemucca. So the only place that we haven't visited is Jackpot. So I don't know if to leave that or not. There isn't actually anything there, to be honest. And there's two pickups and then a road off. So I don't know where to go next. It's probably going to take me over here. We haven't actually visited Hornbrook yet, so we may head up there. But we've done most of the map now, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, if you have enjoyed watching this, please do click the like, subscribe for more, and hopefully me and the Kenny can see you again soon. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.